Tonight, the U.S.-Mexico border is once again in the spotlight. The Texas Department of Public Safety tells our sister station in San Antonio the controversial floating barriers in the Rio Grande aren't completely operational just yet. In fact, the buoys are still being anchored down. This barrier is being put up in Eagle Pass and is the latest attempt by Governor Greg Abbott to secure the border. Texas DPS Lieutenant Chris Olivares says the buoys aren't meant to keep people out of the U.S. They're meant to steer people away from dangerous waters toward the ports of entry.
The migrants are redirected going to other areas where they can find openings to get into the country.
Since Governor Greg Abbott announced the buoys back in June, there's been growing backlash from Texas lawmakers and human rights organizations like LULAC.
The buoys placed at the Rio Grande near Eagle Pass are designed in such a way that swimmers cannot cross underneath, and most do not know that until it's too late.
Now the federal government is getting involved. The Justice Department is threatening to sue the state of Texas over those floating barriers and is giving Governor Greg Abbott until 1 p.m. Monday to remove the barriers in order to avoid a lawsuit. The DOJ says the fencing was placed in the Rio Grande without the authorization from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. CBS Austin's Paige Hubbard has been following the story and joins us live to explain tonight. Paige, the governor says, bring the lawsuit.
Yeah, he is sticking by his actions, and Senator Roland Gutierrez is one of many people who simply want to see these barriers gone. He, along with the Department of Justice, say what's playing out at the border is inhumane, or they say that it brings up inhumane concerns and that it violates a federal law. But some people say that what's happening, or what Governor Greg Abbott is doing, is necessary to protect our southern border. The battle between the federal government and the state of Texas over securing the border is heating up. On Friday, the Department of Justice told Governor Greg Abbott the state could face legal action over his latest push to deter migrants from crossing illegally. Abbott responded on Twitter, writing, "Texas has the authority to defend the border under the U.S. Constitution," adding in quote, "We'll see you in court, Mr. President."
Well, it's just the Biden administration versus Greg Abbott, a Democratic versus Republican. Not entirely unexpected. This is a small section of the Rio Grande, so this is a test balloon to try and see whether or not this will float. Andy Hogue is with the Travis County Republican Party. He believes the governor is taking appropriate steps to protect the southern border. In recent weeks, there have been allegations of the barrier injuring migrants, including claims that a pregnant woman suffered a miscarriage after getting caught in the wire. In a statement, the Texas Department of Public Safety tells CBS Austin the Office of the Inspector General is investigating the allegations.
This is a dumb policy, and we're lying to ourselves if we think it's going to control immigration.
Dallas Democratic State Senator Nathan Johnson doesn't agree with recent laws signed by Governor Abbott to strengthen border security. He feels the crisis at the border is one that's a deeper problem that deserves a smarter and kinder approach. He believes the state should be working to complement efforts already being done to address the crisis.
There need to be employment regulations, guest worker programs, possibly an E-Verify. There need to be a better system for processing asylum, better relationships with other nations.
Immigration attorney Lincoln-Goldfinch wants to remind people that the migrants at the border are human beings looking for a better life.
He is violating federal law. It's extremely clear that border enforcement is a federal jurisdictional issue. It's really not acceptable on any front, humanitarian or legal.
And in a statement, Texas DPS tells us if any troopers are found violating policy, they will be held accountable. They add there are no orders from the top that ban troopers from giving water to women and children or attending to migrants who need medical attention. We have some more responses to the situation on our website. That's at cbsaustin.com. Reporting live outside of the state's capital, Paige Hubbard, CBS Austin.